Good morning and a very warm welcome to each one of you. How are you feeling all? Can we have a round of applause for the 2 days SAIBSA event Conclave, which will be held in Good Shepherd International School. It is my great honor and privilege to welcome you all in the SAIBSA 2025 Conclave. I am Suresh Thangarajan, the convener for this year's conference. On behalf of the entire Good Shepherd family, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all our guests, facilitators, keynote speakers, delegates participating in this significant educational gathering. We are proud to welcome 336 delegates from 131 IB schools from 37 cities across India. We can congratulate ourselves because it's a challenge for us, but still we were able to make it. And the purpose of this get-together or joining here for this session is to learn, to collaborate, to engage in meaningful conversations. I also extend a warm welcome to our own faculty members from Good Shepherd who are facilitating and participating in various categories for this conclave. It gives an immense pleasure to welcome Kaiser Dobeshi, President of SAIBSA, whose support, vision, and dedication to IB education continue to inspire us. Let us welcome Kaiser with a welcome bouquet as a token of gratitude and appreciation. We also have the privilege to host 6 outstanding keynote speakers, each pioneer in their own field. Ashwin is traveling. He'll be reaching here around 9:30 or 9:40 because of some commitments. We have Mikin Lala, founder of Logiquids. I warmly welcome Mikin. He's yet to arrive. Okay, fine, no problem. Sanjay Jain and Anil Srinivasan will be joining us tomorrow. They have their keynote address tomorrow. And we also have Shresh Nambiar and Prashant Trebriwal, who is also giving us a keynote address. Welcome to you both. Thank you, Shresh. We are honored by your presence and look forward for insights, what we'll be sharing with all of us. And we also have 71 facilitators who will be leading the breakout sessions in 5 categories: PYP, MYP, DP, leadership, and career guidance. And now it's my privilege to invite our visionary leader and our guiding force, Jacob Thomas, the President of Good Shepherd International School, to deliver the inaugural address. Thank you all.
A very warm good morning to all of you. Thank you for joining us here at Ooty. It is really a pleasure to welcome all of you to 2025 SAIBSA conference here at GSIS. Now, as Suresh was just saying, we have joined by over 450 educators, and I thought it was 66, maybe it's a higher number, from all across India. Thank you all for being here today. Now, each of you are here because you believe in becoming not just better teachers, but better learners yourselves. And that mindset is at the core of what this conclave is about. I'd like to begin by thanking Mr. Kaiser for granting GSIS this opportunity to host SAIBSA on our campus this year and fulfilling one of my personal desires, which is to host a teacher development summit here every year at our campus. Thank you, Kaiser. And just to welcome again all of our keynote speakers, Ashwin Srisalam, who's the co-founder of AHA, Mikin Lala, who's a founder of Logiquids, Sanjay Jain, who is the India head for Google for Education, and we're very happy to be recently recognized as a Google reference school, and tremendous partnership with Google. We really appreciate their support and all the things they're helping us with integrating their technology into what we do. Prashant Tabrawal, who's the founder and CEO of Alumni, Shreya Shanambiar, who's the Chief Business Officer of Universal AI University. As Suresh said, we also have many educators amongst you who are leading Jobber-like sessions. Thank you all for your time, your commitment, and your readiness to share generously. Thank you all so much. And to Suresh, thank you for your exceptional leadership in bringing this vision to life. This event could not have come to fruition here at GSIS without your leadership and strong desire to create a platform where innovation in education is not just discussed, but deeply experienced. I'd like to just take a few minutes to share my thoughts on how technology is shaping the future of work and therefore also the future of education. So back when I was a student, which was not too long ago, the calculator had not entered the classroom as yet. But today, students walk around with devices that are more powerful than anything that NASA had when they launched the astronauts to the moon. Now, we've evolved from handwriting to keyboard input, from gestures to voice-based digital assistants, and now we have AI that responds to natural language. This transformation is not just about hardware and software, but I believe it's an age where imagination defines the future. Now, as we transition into a world driven by AI, robotics, and automation, the real question isn't whether AI will replace the teacher. Rather, how will it enhance learning in the classroom and beyond? Because in a world where machines are learning faster than humans, our job isn't to compete, it's to lead distinctly with a human touch. Our ability to interpret, to guide, to mentor, to empathize, and to inspire. Now, to be honest, repetitive and monotonous tasks will become the domain of automation. That includes not just factory jobs, but even certain white-collar professions. What machines can't replace, however, are human traits like emotional intelligence, ethical judgment, and the capacity to create and imagine. Our students will enter a world where AI agents and robots and autonomous systems will form part of the workforce. Now, as the cost of labor drops and efficiency skyrockets, the economy will reshape itself. Now, this is not speculative, it's already underway. The convergence of AI, automation, and quantum computing is accelerating how we live, learn, and work. So what does this mean for the classroom? It means that what we teach, and more importantly, how we teach, must evolve. AI is not just a tool, it's a paradigm shift. Used wisely, it can free up time, support personalization, and help us become better at what we do. Now, if you could gain 5 to 10 hours of productive time every week, how would you utilize it? Would you mentor more? Would you reflect more? Or will you create more? We're entering a phase where technical fluency alone is not enough. These rapid increases in productivity, fueled by technology, will consequently infiltrate the existing labor market and the skill sets heavily relied on by today's industry. What remains timeless are human-centric skills, the kind that machines cannot replicate. Now, I believe there are 4 skills that will remain relevant. I'm sure there's more out there, but these are the 4 that I think are at the forefront. And I believe have been integral in humanity's progress so far. From launching a revolution, to writing a compelling message, to presenting one's vision to a global team, clarity and storytelling are indispensable capabilities that are vital at every stage of our lives. Just as fire was a game changer for prehistoric man, in today's world, that is good communication skills. Now, as more AI-based applications and digital assistants enter our lives and reframe how we live, work, and learn, our communication and thinking will need to evolve and adapt to interacting with several autonomous systems, not just coexisting with them. Rather, directing their sophisticated capabilities to solve more complex problems. Now, today's AI systems can research, reason, and negotiate faster and more efficiently and with greater accuracy than its human counterparts. Imagine for a moment the immense potential that these advanced technologies present, just like the internet has had on modern society. Now, as we interact more with digital systems, we need to teach students not just how to speak to humans, but also how to speak to these intelligent machines. Resilience is no longer just a virtue, it's a requirement. Now, the most successful people won't be the most knowledgeable, but the most agile. The most resilient people are not those who avoid disruption, but those who adapt, reframe, and reinvent themselves. Adaptability, then, is the new super skill, the kind that differentiates those who proactively transform before they become redundant. For example, while software programming may disappear as an essential skill, the creative aspect of software design and problem solving will continue to exist. Not too long ago, the pandemic thrust the world into disarray and caused immense upheaval in every aspect of our daily lives, creating fear and uncertainty about our future. However, we did learn to cope. We learned to adapt to the demands of our new reality by solving one problem at a time. Now, I find it interesting that many companies are reversing remote work roles that were brought on by the pandemic because they found that it eroded human interaction and interpersonal skills. And that affected creativity, productivity, and human wellness overall. In a world overflowing with information, the value lies in asking the right questions, not just seeking answers, but framing the problem with depth and insight. Now, many of us have this mindset that learning is something we do early in our careers, but I think we need to shift that to a mindset of being lifelong learners. Learning is the new competitive advantage, and it is reshaping an AI-powered job market. Now, while AI can analyze, restructure, and simulate, original thought and human intuition are still unmatched. Creativity is the birthplace of innovation, and I believe will always remain the domain of mankind. Now, the value of curiosity isn't in knowing more, but it's wanting to understand more. Students and teachers who ask better questions will always be ahead of those who memorize better answers. Now, it takes courage, it takes sacrifice, and purposeful action to bring about real change. History has recorded the evolution of human understanding, and it is often marked by tenacity, perseverance, and challenging the established order. Problem solving and innovation begin with asking why. Now, future-proof individuals don't just keep up, they question. They challenge, they lead transformation. They don't just ask why, they also ask why not. In today's fast-paced world and technology-driven society, we stand at the crossroads of an evolutionary leap, where artificial intelligence and digital advancements are not just augmenting our abilities, but also reshaping our very understanding of what it means to be human. Now, as humans, we can think and feel. We can look beyond the obvious. and to put why at the core of our purpose. Imagination, creativity, and free will are central to what makes humans the superior species. Now, these ideas aren't just theoretical, they're practical. For instance, AI tools can assist with personalized remediation. I'm sure you've all heard of Sal Khan of Khan Academy. Now, he partnered with OpenAI to build a voice-based interface that is trained on the large trove of videos and other content that he created for Khan Academy. This tool is called Khanmigo, and it is an AI-enabled platform that is interactive and highly personalized to the learner, creating a more responsive and flexible learning journey. However, it's up to us to embed these tools meaningfully and thoughtfully. Could you design an AI prompt to tutor and assist a struggling student? Could your students collaborate with AI to produce a podcast or a research paper? These are not just distant possibilities, they're real-world opportunities waiting to be explored. To be clear, we face a widening gap between the speed at which technology evolves and the rate at which educators can adopt and adapt. Bridging that chasm is one of the most urgent priorities for professional development today. Can you imagine a world where knowledge and understanding is vastly greater than it is right now, through more accessible and more pervasive learning opportunities? If we can think better because we know better, would we make better choices for ourselves and our communities? Now, we're not rewarded for what we know, but for what we can do with what we know. This is why SAIBSA matters. It's not just about learning new tools, it's about shaping a mindset. It's about a culture of lifelong learning, of questioning, of innovation. Let's make the most of this conference. Let's challenge each other. Let's rethink the role of the educator. Let's imagine a classroom where technology is a partner and a collaborator. Let's get started.